Hello and good evening. This is Philip Branson with an update here for the southern wall, or the border wall, uh, immigration, museum, library, and of course data center. I think it's been almost 3 weeks now, 19 days or something like that, when I first posted this GoFundMe campaign. Basically as a tag along to Brian Kolfage. I wish I really knew exactly how to pronounce his name. I think Kolfage. Started his similar campaign. It's already up to $20 million the last time I checked. Hey, got to hand it to him. You got to clap here. Got to send out a shout out. Of course, hey, what's happening with this campaign? A big fat goose egg. Zero. Hey. It's just the way life is. Sometimes you got winners, and sometimes you got the egg suckers. That's me right now. Anyway, hey, you gotta have a little humor in life. Anyway, as far as this update's concerned, just want to give you some thought here. 19 days have gone past. Of course, there's been a lot of feet stomping. Over the Christmas holidays, over the New Year's, everybody every day talking about the wall, the government shut down, Trump not giving an inch, Nancy Pelosi, giving her the big fit and giving him the big fist. Then everybody gets, all the new candidates get sworn into office there for Congress, coming out cussing right out of the gate. Well, then, of course, now last night, Trump goes down there well, no, he doesn't actually go down. He gives his address from the Oval Office about the need for border security and about the need for the wall. And, hey, I thought it was an okay speech, I also thought Stephen Colbert's reply, for the monologue, there really ought to be some sort of line out there in Las Vegas. Seriously, some of those betting houses out there in Las Vegas, they really need to do some sort of wagering on how many times Stephen Colbert says the word Trump in his monologue every night. I mean, anyway, as far as this campaign, I wanted to kind of review, some of my thoughts here on the way I perceive some of the actions being taken. The security posture there along the southern border, it's really only getting worse. When Trump comes on and talks about the humanitarian portion of it, which he's right. President Obama did. Bush did. It's just become, as time goes on, it becomes a greater issue. From my perspective, in my history, it's the security side that really needs to be addressed. If the border wall is a hand, well, 3 fingers of it is the security. Then you have maybe the immigration portion of it for the other 2. It's really about the accountability and security along that border. My view is they really need, I'm saying either the Border Patrol or in partnership with Homeland Security and the FBI, not just giving facts and figures. There needs to be a better awareness and transparency about what's really going, what the risks are and what's really going on. It won't happen, but it needs to be done. For the right decisions, the right accountability, and the proper debate that really needs to take place. It needs to be more insightful. Not only for the taxpayers and citizens of this country, but really for history. Think 10 years, 20 years into the future, 50 years into the future. How will we, as citizens, through Clinton, Bush, Obama, and now Trump, be judged? There's issues on both sides. Do we build it or do we not build it? But when it comes to the issue of security, well, listen, I wish the whole world was open borders, but it's not. It's just not. And lights went out. See, I didn't. I thought I had went over there and lights. Because if I don't move around enough, they go up and down. Hold on a second. See, when I move, they come back up. In my other campaign, if you've watched any of those videos, you know that. So, as far as how my thoughts in the second update, because it's like 19, 20, almost 3 weeks now since I started. Like I said, goose egg. How it is getting, let's say, spread via the GoFundMe network. To me, it's a case study. It really is. Because when you stop to think how political, something like a immigration library and museum and data center it is, you you would think, let's say you are the board of directors, or you are the public affairs, or you are the marketing head for GoFundMe. GoFundMe. How not just how do you promote, not just this campaign, but other campaigns. How are they being spread? How are they being analyzed and researched as people either A, look at the campaign, B, based upon some of the history of the other campaigns that they have funded. It's great for anybody, especially with somebody with my type of background, with all type of social media data dynamics, especially when you have I don't know, let's say you're trying to do research comparison between a corporate entity and how their marketing spread is via social media compared to like a spread on a GoFundMe type campaign platform versus how, I don't know, maybe like a typical nonprofit would have their campaigns analyzed, okay, and spread. Especially when you take, I won't say controversial topics, but you take issues where one campaign has a unique spike, and then you have similar campaigns, because I believe there's another campaign pretty interesting. They were about building tunnels along the wall. Hey, and see how the difference in that spread is, okay? Because all of it's basically trackable, so it's those case studies with respect to how this campaign has done over the last 19 days. It would be, it would, at least to me, I think it would be very, very interesting, for those of you who are like, just tuning in and maybe didn't, or maybe thought that, this was all fun, which it is, but also there is as far as, I really don't know how to explain really what I'm thinking now. I've had some feedback on my other campaign. Chris, why don't you just have a statement and say it? And I guess that's not really the way I am, I just say what I think, I think it makes it more real. I don't know. To me, how someone thinks, how someone is receptive to, kind of fascinating to me. I've always had to kind of use those dynamics my entire life, in dealing with, different groups of people. When you walk on site somewhere, when you show up and you've never met them before, you gotta read them. You know? They're coming at you with all types of different ideas, perspective, and you got to wade through and make timely decisions on getting a goal accomplished. Anyway, as far as this campaign and how I thought personally it would over time gain more and more social traction. Okay, I'm not talking monetarily. I'm talking interactively. Whether Cole Phage makes this campaign a butt of his jokes, or hey, the guy, trying to get tunnels funded to go under the wall, making fun on the other side. You would have, at least I would have, I did wager that would happen, and it doesn't look like it has. So I guess I'm wrong. Being from Charleston, South Carolina, and similarly having Stephen Colbert, instead of picking up on my other campaign, I would have thought, well, maybe he'll pick up on this one as a butt of a joke. So kind of like, especially either last night or the night before last, with his monologues, especially talking about Trump and, his speech and all that kind of good stuff. And that didn't happen. So, or it has not happened. That's been kind of interesting. I mean, to me, the material opportunity is classic, really. I mean, but anyway, I just wanted to provide these thoughts because this is going into almost the third week now. And as far as the feedback, not just with no comments or anything like that, but from my friends, that Chris, we know your other campaign. This one's even more out there. Of course, they know I go to USC, and they're like, man, why are you wearing an orange and white tie? Signals intelligence. When I wore this tie before, that was a big signal to bet on Clemson. See, that's what I thought would come into the comment sections on some of this stuff. Hey Chris, this campaign's stupid, but why are you wearing an orange and white tie? You're a Gamecock fan. Why are you doing that? Then I would have answered, hey, well, Clemson's going to win. See, nobody did that. So, but anyway, those are just some of my thoughts, especially earlier today, as reported, Trump went into, I think, one of the meetings, passing out candy, and then basically when he didn't get anywhere, he stormed out of the room. At least that's what the media made it out to be. You never really know just how much they're embellishing all of that, but once again, that would have been a great humor opportunity. Well, I'm not going to be sitting, this is Trump saying, well, I'm not going to be sitting through a meeting with Nancy and Schumer and being treated like that idiot from South Carolina trying to take funds for an immigration museum and library. He says it's going to be the Trump Library. No, it's not. And I know it's not too good of an impression, but hey. That didn't happen. I figured some of that would. Because even though these are serious topics, and they have real ramifications, Trump, no one gets anywhere without a little bit of a sense of humor. And I've just been surprised personally that this campaign has not gotten any type of traction that way. That's what's one of the main quirks so far, going 19 days into it. Well, forget about the funding aspect of it right now. I guess we'll see. I still think it's a viable idea, project. And it would be a great tag along campaign with others that are ongoing. We'll see. Listen, appreciate you tagging along, tuning in, catching up on the second update of this campaign. Hey, donate if you'd like. Pass it around to your friends and laugh a little bit, have a little fun. Start your own meme with the Southern Border, Immigration Museum, Library, and Data Center. I don't know. Take a picture of an outhouse. Take a picture of a barn. Now, see, I'm wearing this tie once again, and it's and congratulations to the Clemson Tigers winning. See now, what I'm very surprised at though is these Clemson Tigers. See, they're not as savvy when it comes to media as maybe some of the Gamecock, faithful down there in Columbia, South Carolina. See, now, if Gamecocks had won the national championship, of course, either Scarnecchia or whatever our Scarnecchia and Jake Bentley, those are the two quarterbacks. Okay, now see, if Carolina had won, and some reporter got a microphone in their face and said, "Hey, y'all just won the national championship. Where y'all going?" Well, of course, everybody would say, we're going to go to Walt Disney World. Well, not Scarnecchia and Jake Bentley. They probably said something. Well, we got this idiot here that graduated USC, and we're going to go down and try to scout out locations for the Southern Border Immigration Museum, Library, and Data Center. He's trying to get funding for. We're Now see, Trevor Lawrence, he didn't do that. That was a perfect opportunity, you know, to inject some humor, okay, into the, you know, the festivities going on out there in Santa Clara. That's the home, you know, of you know, the 49ers. And what's that quarterback's name that got kicked out of the NFL? You know, hey, you know. But Trevor Lawrence didn't do that, you know. See, he's young. He's got a little bit to learn there, you know. But anyway, the odds are we got a repeat going on this next year for the Tigers to repeat. I'm wearing an orange and white tie. It's highly probable that they're going to repeat. They are. Yeah. Ever 5-star blue chip defensive lineman. They're going to want to come to Clemson. Yeah. Yeah. Just the way it is right now. Anyway, you have a good evening. Thanks for tuning in. And smile a little bit. Hey, I'm the goose egg. You're not. Have a great evening. I'll update here shortly. Have a good one. Bye-bye.